Right, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Joey Knight podcast. Welcome to the new year. If you're watching tomorrow, this is New Year's Eve today. I am joined by the big dog, Josh Aveste, and we are probably in as good a spirits as we could be, considering the run of form we've been on.
I quite like 2024. I'm going to miss 2024. 24 was a good year. It's a nice number, 24.
Do you know why I reckon we're actually in good spirits?
Go on.
We did the kickoff this morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we kind of got the
negativity.
We released the demons a little bit
Yeah.
on the kickoff, got the negative stuff out the way, and now we're just going to tell you why it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it, mate.
One thing they expect from this channel throughout this entire year that we've done all of this content, and we thank every single one of you for watching, sincerely. These guys have made my year. I'm going to just say that now. But one thing we bring is fun in the bad times. We've had a lot of bad times.
There you go. There you go.
So just stick with us. We'll have a laugh.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of
bad times, Chelsea playing a bit shit, haven't we?
it's not that bad.
Are we? We're gonna go through loads today, right? We're gonna speak about where we are right now. We're gonna talk about the game, obviously, yesterday. And we'll speak about a whole load of different stuff. But can I just ask you the question? Because I just touched on it there, yeah?
Yeah.
Are we playing shit?
I don't think we're playing as bad as what rival fans would want to make out that we are.
I don't really think we're playing that bad.
We had two expected goals yesterday.
I said this on the kickoff yesterday, yeah?
Yeah.
One goal which should have stood, wasn't offside.
We'll get
into that. I said this on the kickoff yesterday, this morning, see, don't know where my brain's at. I think the worst performance out of all three games was the draw at Everton, wasn't it?
Yes, I would say so. We should be beating Everton, really.
Like, we had a period where we were ripping Fulham to pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And it was like, the Ipswich result was conclusive and there's no defending it. The Fulham one, if the Ipswich one had have been like, a 5-0 win to us or something like that, the Fulham one you'd have looked at and you'd have gone, flash in the pan, strange result. They happen. You lead until the 85th minute against a good side, against the side that have held the likes of Arsenal to a draw, given Man City a really close game before Man City went on their sort of relegation run. And do you know what I mean? Like a draw to Liverpool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Fulham were a good side. So I think you look at that one and you go, you were a bit poor in the second half, maybe a little bit second best to each ball and things like that. But at the same time, you had dominant periods in the game. You created a lot. Your XG was probably higher. You know more about that than I do. Yeah. The Everton one was dross, really, wasn't it?
Poor game all round. Really.
Poor weather conditions.
Yeah,
poor weather
really
conditions.
Should be postponed, shouldn't it?
There you go.
Really.
And, it wasn't poor weather conditions for both sides. I made this point already. I've been to Liverpool. You've been to Liverpool.
Yeah, I have.
What struck you the second you got out of, is it Liverpool Lime Street?
Yeah, Liverpool Lime Street is one of the stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What struck you the second you get out of there?
The weather's shit.
Windy, mate.
It's very windy.
Windy.
Yeah. Down that road there, it's almost like a tunnel of wind.
It's windy.
But they're used to it. They've played that week in, week out.
They've played in that wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a bowl either. Like the wind just comes in from either side. It was pissing down with rain.
There you go.
As my favourite Arsenal football creator, Ty, has always said, if it's raining, they can't win.
There you go. And it doesn't count for both sides. So
do you remember that moment?
I remember that moment. Do you know what I remember even better?
Yeah.
I see recently on what is their podcast called? KSI and that, when they're in like a plane, but it's not. They're not.
The
actually.
Sidemen podcast, I think.
Sidemen podcast.
Yeah.
Have you seen the funny guy? What's his name, man? I'm so shit with everyone's names.
What? As in what? An Arsenal
guy
creator?
with the glasses. He's called Specs, isn't he?
He's called Specs.
Yeah. He's called Glasses, you're about to say.
Yeah, I was going to say called Glasses.
Specs,
there is a YouTuber called Glasses, by the way.
Okay, so Specs, he's on that Sidemen thing, and KSI goes, so, you originate from the Arsenal fan TV thing, and that Specs goes, KSI, I've got a feeling you think I'm Ty from Arsenal fan TV.
Did he actually get it mixed
up?
He was. Did he?
He thought that Specs was Ty from Arsenal fan TV.
Does he support Arsenal, Specs?
I don't know who Specs supports.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's all cool,
He's
isn't
a weird
it?
one. Like, is he a football creator?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He
Yeah.
is. He loves football.
But he's gone more mainstream, isn't
What's he into now?
I don't know.
I don't watch him that often.
No, so me and you have got something in uncommon.
Yeah.
Uncommon?
Just leave it there.
Basically,
just leave it with
we've
that,
got
Nick.
something that we don't have this in common. I'm a scroller,
Yeah.
and you've deleted the apps.
I've deleted TikTok. Yeah.
He's deleted TikTok,
Yeah.
because you know what happens. You start scrolling,
You can never stop.
you just don't stop.
No.
So what I'm saying is, when I scroll, when that specs comes up on my TikTok, it's not normally to do with football.
Oh, really?
It's normally
No,
like
he's a football guy, for
funny.
sure.
He's a funny guy. He's
a hilarious
But I don't know how
guy.
we got onto him. What I'm
We're
saying
just talking
anyway.
about Ty. That's why.
Ty, weather,
Yeah.
worst performance was
Yeah.
obviously against Ipswich. Can we, before we speak
Well,
about
no,
the
the worst
game,
performance was
Everton, sorry. Before we speak about the game,
Yeah.
can we just say, right? There was a potential that we could have finished the year top of the Premier League. However, that was a potential, not an option. And
Not guarantee.
Not a guarantee. Not a guarantee.
yeah.
Because if Liverpool had won all their matches, we wouldn't have.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a guarantee that we could have finished the year second.
If we'd won all of our games.
If we had won all of our games,
Yeah.
we'd have finished ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Or now is it Forest that are second?
Yeah.
now?
Forest the second, then Arsenal, then Chelsea.
Madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, we're finishing the year fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
We're finishing the year fourth. A win, by the way, off being second. Now you look at Forest. Oh, I don't want to disrespect them. I don't. You know when you look at Forest's fixtures, there's no match that I'm like guaranteed Forest win. But at the moment, we're 19 games through the season, and they've been fucking winning them
They've
all.
also got 5 wins in the last 5.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's
I
what
think
I'm
you
saying.
maybe need to start thinking about them winning each of the games.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I understand it. I'm mate, Forest
Are you a
doing
hater? Are you a Forest hater?
Amazing. They're doing amazing. I think I predicted them to go down, maybe.
I think you might have, and I think I might have been alongside you.
If I didn't predict them down, I predicted them bottom 5.
I never rated Nuno in general, especially after the Spurs experience.
Yeah, but then that's Spurs.
He's doing a
mate. That's
fantastic job.
Spurs are Spurs.
Would you take Callum Hudson-Odoi back?
Oh, I think it's time to re-ask you a question.
Go on.
Is Callum
Hudson-Odoi
Hudson-Odoi a
better
better winger than
than
Mikhailo Mudryk?
Is-
Oi, the hardcore.
is
The
this-
hardcore know about this one because I asked you this about what 6 months ago.
He
or
did,
something?
and I said irrefutably, Mikhailo Mudryk was better.
Yeah.
With or without the performance-enhancing drugs?
Was the word alleged?
Alleged.
Performance-enhancing
Alleged.
drugs.
Yeah, accused. I'd probably say Callum Hudson-Odoi now.
Is a better player.
Yeah,
That's a monumental moment for the channel.
it's true though, isn't it?
A lot of people want to know: is it still up?
Is he okay?
No, is it still up on the wall?
Oh, mate, when you're involving me, it's always up.
Is the poster up on the wall? Have you took down the Mikhailo Mudryk
No,
poster?
I still believe in him, mate. I still believe he's going to come good. I still think that it's a conspiracy.
Well, can I tell you something, right? Can we go into conspiracy or not really? We're not allowed to.
No, we can go into conspiracy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we go into conspiracy, I will tell you one thing, and that is that the drug that he got caught taking, meldonium.
Which
yeah.
you know a lot about, Joey.
I'm the king of knowing about peds. Yeah. Listen,
I watched your podcast on this, by the way, and if you haven't watched Joey's episode on Mikhailo Mudryk, I strongly recommend you do because you've dropped insight that no other football creator is anywhere near.
I was quite proud of that one.
You should have been proud about that. You've got an Icarus level of knowledge about performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah. Not because I take them. You can ask Varda. I am checked regularly. Basically, like everyone knows that I don't want to call it my first love because it isn't my first love. I got into boxing after I got into football, and football is more of an emotional thing for me because it's like my dad going there with my old man, growing up, going to the bridge, like all my family are Chelsea fans and whatnot and whatever. But then in terms of actually like playing football, I'm pretty shit. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in boxing, I'm pretty good. So boxing, I don't want to call it my first love, but it's like I watch just as much boxing as I do football.
You can have two
right?
passions, mate.
You can have
That's
two passions.
absolutely fine.
Now,
That's allowed.
Now, obviously, in football, players don't regularly get caught taking performance enhancers. I mean, Pep Guardiola did.
Can you name any others? Rio didn't turn up for his test.
Rio didn't turn up for a test. Pep Guardiola got caught. Edgar Davids got caught.
Yeah. Any others? Pogba got caught. Yeah,
he got caught, and then obviously Mutu and Bosnich at Chelsea, they got caught on the old. But But either way.
Extracurriculars.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're performing
they
enhancing.
enhance your
No.
performance.
They
You know
make
what I mean?
you think your performance is better.
Yeah. You talk a good game on them. Not that I would know. But either way,
We're learning a lot about you in this episode, aren't we?
No. But what I'm saying is meldonium, the reason I know about it is because of watching years of boxing and footballers don't regularly test positive. Oh my God, boxers do.
A lot of boxers
do.
yeah.
I could name you 100 boxers right now that have tested positive for performance enhancers and things like that, right? Meldonium is one that a few boxers, Alexander Povetkin, couple of other boxers, Olympics, Russians, things like that, have tested positive for meldonium, right? It does give you increased strength, obviously, like muscle mass, endurance. It increases the production of red blood cells, things like that. Basically, what it will do is keep you stronger, but instead of bulking up to the point where you haven't got where you're basically too physical to be fast. So for someone that relies on pace, meldonium would hypothetically, potentially, allegedly, be a good performance enhancer to use, wouldn't it? Yeah. Dianabol, for example, a steroid,
would be pure muscles.
Wouldn't be any good for Mykhailo Mudryk to use. But if you're Mykhailo Mudryk, a meldonium could be a good.
Yeah, but did he need to be faster, stronger? Like, he was already pretty rapid.
I think when he came to the Premier League, he would have found that yes, it's a very much more physical league than the Ukrainian league.
But in the first game, he wasn't on any PDs then, and he was fucking outpacing everyone. He was players.
But that was one game, and then there was probably 30 to 40 games that followed that where we never actually saw the same sort of quality consistently as we did in that cameo against Liverpool. So
it's so weird. If he has actually done it, I find it so surprising. I would find it so shocking.
So just because we will get onto the Ipswich match, I'm aware a lot of people, maybe we'll stick some timestamps on this.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Mudryk.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories, if there was any?
Well, the conspiracy theory that I would like to discuss is that he is the Ukrainian poster boy.
He is the poster boy.
He is the face of Ukraine, who are currently going through a war against another nation. And the other nation would perhaps want to take part in
He's
a war.
He's about to do a Tyson Fury. He's blaming it on the war.
Propaganda. Do you know what I mean?
No, go on.
I've just finished a series called Chernobyl. Have you ever watched Chernobyl?
Terrific little series.
Very
terrific
good.
Little holiday destination.
Very good.
Until the year of 1982.
Exactly.
Was it 1992?
I think it was 82.
82 or 92?
It was definitely not in the 90s. It was not in the 90s. It was definitely in the 80s.
Go on, carry on.
But the Russian state in that moment did show their propaganda. They didn't tell people how bad it actually was, blah, 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 whatever. The conspiracy theory, what I'm trying to get to, is that the tests happened in Georgia, who were sympathetic to Russia, and perhaps there was something going on in that location.
You think there's a hypothetical world where allegedly someone could have spiked a substance, be that a drink or a meal or something like that Mykhailo Mudryk...
I think there's a world in which that happens.
Okay.
I think there absolutely is. Like, again, you're taking out Ukraine's big poster boy in football.
Okay.
We've seen it. We've seen it happen. That has happened.
If this gets clipped, it's going to go absolutely viral.
I'm actually a bit worried, though, because, you know...
Do you want me to take it out or keep it in?
No, we have to keep it in.
We haven't said anything bad. I'm not saying it's happened. Are you saying it's happened?
I'm not. It's all alleged.
Neither of us are saying it's happened.
I'm not saying it's happened.
I'm not saying it's happened.
But if it did happen, that's the way it would happen.
I don't think it happened.
Me either.
But if I picked up the newspaper tomorrow and found out it did happen, I wouldn't be shocked.
Just look up. Just type in Salisbury.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's move on. From all of that. Can I break your heart?
Go on.
I don't think we see your boy play for Chelsea again.
I think if he gets a ban of more than 2 years, they'll just rip up the contract.
Can they?
Yes.
Legally, yeah.
Yeah. If it's a ban of more than 2 years, then they can legally rip up the contract.
Yeah. Maybe we spiked him then.
Do you think?
Yeah. 8-year contract. That's right. Here, have some more pudding.
No, it was the protein shakes. It was the protein shakes.
We like Mudryk.
Do you?
I don't think he likes me.
Do you?
We see him in Saudi.
Do you see him in the barbers?
I ain't seen him in the barbers. Let's not talk about the barbers. Team meetings.
Right, Ipswich.
Ipswich.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Firstly, me and you had a heated debate. We didn't. That's what they call it on YouTube, heated debate.
Yeah.
No,
Joey. We really fell out.
Oh, we really fell out.
We had a screaming match.
Mm-hmm.
We were not happy at each other. In
Punches
fact, we nearly cancelled the channel.
Yeah. Nearly cancelled the New Year's drinks. Listen, you said it was rotation. I said it wasn't rotation. I understand. Give me a case for it being rotation.
Oh, you want me to go first?
We're talking about the starting lineup.
Disprove me
because I'm going to dismantle you, Josh. Yeah, we're talking about.
Is that why we're doing it that way
talking about
around?
the starting lineups.
Yeah,
right. Yesterday's match, there were not only 5-6 changes. I think it might have been 5, but there were significant changes. Changes that go against sort of, what do they call them? Stalmarks. Stalwarts.
Stalwarts.
Stalmarks of the season.
Sorry, you completely did me there.
This team has had a spine all season, yeah? That spine, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, has consisted of Robert Sanchez, Levi Colwell, of Caicedo, yeah? No matter whether it's Enzo or Lavia next to him, of Caicedo, and of Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson. That's been the spine of this season. Half of that spine was removed for this game. Robert Sanchez was rotated, and it was Jorgensen that we saw in goal. Obviously, Nicholas Jackson up top, rotated, and it's Nkunku, a man who for me is not a natural number 9 by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
And don't know if I want to stick knife in on Nkunku. I don't know how much he really wants to be here, and I don't really blame him.
Fair.
Don't really blame him. Don't
Fair
really
point.
blame him because he's not getting the sort of minutes that a player of his talent warrants. I understand that, but also at the same time, not sure how much he wants to be here. Tell me why you think it was rotation rather than Enzo Maresca maybe sending a message to his players that those 2 results aren't good enough and I need different here.
I think the main reason that I was looking at is I just went back and reviewed the Southampton team, and I think it was almost exactly the same other than Disasi. I don't think Disasi played in that game. I think it was Gusto on the right-hand side. And that was the game, if you remember, wind your memory back, that was the game that we won 5-1 against a relegation-threatened team, and we did put out like a half B team, didn't we? João Felix, I remember, played. Nkunku went up top, Jackson was rested, and Jorgensen did start in the net, and then Tosin was at the back as well. Gusto was alongside him on the right-hand side. So for me, right, I was looking at it and I was going, we played a game on the 26th. It was the 30th when we played that game. That was 4 days ago. Enzo Maresca has made it quite clear with his sort of tactical approach that he likes to rest certain players and he doesn't want to overload players. And I think he's seen the problem with overloading players with the injury crisis that we had last season. And I think he's incredibly sensitive to certain players getting injured. So, for example, if Nicholas Jackson got injured, we would be in a world of pain. We would be in big, big trouble. So, while I don't think for me, I would be going from the outside, I'd be going, do we need to rest Nicholas Jackson? I think maybe load management and the physios, etc., would be going, it might actually be a good time to rest him, considering he played 4 days ago. So the main reason for me was that. It was the Southampton match and the fact that we played 4 days ago. And I think he used this as the resting game.
Okay, so I'm going to counter that now. The Southampton game, right? The amount of days we had between Southampton and the game before was 1 less than we had this time out. The Southampton game, we went into that Southampton game being unbeaten in 6 games, something like that. The only loss that we had was to Liverpool, obviously 2-1. It was a close game and whatnot. We were coming off the back of a really, really good result against Aston Villa. 3-0 win at home against Aston Villa. 3 days later, we've got 3 days rest, rather than 4 days rest that we had this time. Got 3 days rest, we go away to Southampton. Now, a few days before that Aston Villa game, and I say a few days, literally like a couple of days before the Aston Villa game, we had gone away to Heidenheim, yeah? We rotated the squad then, we changed it back for Aston Villa. I get it, but we were on a fine run of form, yeah? We were putting teams to the sword. We were scoring a lot of goals around that time. Just before that game, 8-0 wins, we were putting a lot of goals past teams. Now, when you then look at the game before being Fulham, no Noni Madueke, no Renato Vega, right? And I think it's become quite clear now that they weren't rested. They were dropped from the squad for disciplinary issues, yeah, the main and most credible thing I've heard, and take it for what it's worth, like, what do I know? Do you know what I mean? But the main and most credible thing I've heard, because I've heard a million different stories as to why they were dropped. Like, I said it, and I went, does anyone know? Whatever. I shouldn't have even asked if anyone knows. I got so many messages, but I do love you all. But the most credible one I heard from a source that has given me a lot of stuff that's like legit.
Be careful.
Is that they were late to a team meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And if they were late to a team meeting,
fair play.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah,
No issue with it. No issue with it. I like Enzo Maresca's disciplinarian style tactics. I think they work well. I think they suit. I think it's all right. I'm going to now contradict myself. He got it wrong yesterday. And I don't think he got it wrong because of a case of rotation. Josh, why does Robert Sanchez need to be rotated?
But this is actually backs up my point about rotation, because I don't think he would have dropped Robert Sanchez. Like, in your argument, you're saying that the players that weren't in the team were dropped.
Yeah.
But why would he drop Robert Sanchez? Robert Sanchez has been in the finest run of form that he's been in a long time.
That's why I don't get it.
But
that's why I don't get it.
But that's
You're
why
saying
for me,
rotation.
that's why for me that's rotation.
Okay. Clean sheet yesterday and a 5-0 win. Does Jorgensen start the next match?
No, I think it goes back.
He does.
But my
I guarantee you he
does.
does.
I actually think if you listen to everything,
free hat-trick from Nkunku and a 3-0 win.
No.
Does Nkunku start over Jackson in the next game? You think he drops Nkunku, goes straight back to Jackson?
I think he does. I think if you look at it right, he said, let's just take Sanchez.
You lot.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what we think. But with Sanchez, for example.
Hold on, sorry. Just while you say let us know, and I'm going to get you back onto it. Rotation or statement? Statement means you agree with me. Rotation means you agree with Josh.
Yeah. With Sanchez, Maresca said over and over again, Sanchez is the number one and Jorgensen is the one to put pressure on him. That's what he said. So sometimes you don't take managers at their word, but sometimes you do have to just listen to what the manager is saying. And we all know, mate, like, again, Jackson is the number one striker. We know that.
Yeah.
He's not going to get dropped. Nkunku hasn't been good enough all season. Maresca knows that. In fact, Maresca has actually started playing Nkunku as number 10 because he knows that he's not a striker.
Yeah.
He said that over and over again. So look, for me, it's clear. And you haven't convinced me otherwise. I still think it was rotation.
Fair enough. What we should mention is the fact that match yesterday, again, like, this is one of the reasons why I haven't let the run of form dampen my Christmas. Now, my Christmas would have been better if Chelsea had won those 3 games, 100%. But I haven't let it dampen my Christmas. And the reason being is, as I say, I think the match we played worst in was the Everton match. I think creatively we really, really left a lot to the imagination. On another day, yesterday, I think Cole Palmer gets 2 goals. You know, obviously the one, the free kick that hit the post,
that was ridiculous.
and then the
save.
save. What is that? What is their keeper called? Walton. The save from Walton.
He's their backup goalkeeper, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking hell, we could do with him. I tell you what, our backup goalkeeper's doing quite well, isn't he?
Who's that?
Kepa. Is Kepa better than Sanchez and Jorgensen?
No, Jorgensen's going to come good. I don't like this whole thing about writing people off. I feel like we do that a little bit too often as football
But then
fans.
you're writing Kepa off, aren't you?
I've said all along I would have had Kepa in the squad.
I'd have had Kepa in goal this season.
Yeah, well, potentially. Yeah.
I'd have had Kepa in goal. I don't know if you lot would have. I would have had Kepa. There's
you rank him above Sanchez.
There's 2 goalkeepers on our books that I'd have had in goal over the 2 we got.
Petrovic and
I'd have had
Kepa.
Petrovic and Kepa in goal over the 2 that we've got.
Can we
there.
just say how many goalkeepers we've got?
Crazy, isn't it?
Like Selena's back in Cobham now. They've recalled him from his loan.
They've
He got
recalled.
injured.
They've recalled the centre back,
And
haven't they?
Salmino as well. Yeah, apparently he's going to Strasbourg. So
No.
sorry to burst your bubble.
No. They've recalled him. He's gone straight into the first team squad.
He's training at Cobham, but all of the French journalists that know what they're talking about are saying that he's going to go to Strasbourg.
Nah, French journalists are les incompetents. I think he's staying.
Let's see where he ends up. I don't think he'll be in the squad.
I think we easily created enough that on another day we would have won that game.
100%.
And when the opportunities dry up and when we're not creating, say we became like set piece specialists. I don't know if you can think of a team, but off the top
there's not one really in the Premier League that all the only goals they score are set pieces. Yeah.
If there was one, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You can't think of one off
No,
the top of your head.
if there was one, they should be right up at the top of the league.
If there was one, then I'd be a little bit worried. But I think that although the it doesn't look good when you look at the scores. I still think we're creating enough from open play. I think when Lavia comes back, that's going to be a bit of a game changer
Hugely
for
so.
us. And I actually now finally can see a world where we fit the three of them in. And I think coming off the bench can be really, really handy. But either way, something went wrong yesterday. Let's start off to where we disagreed, because I don't think that we share the same chain of thought on the penalty.
So what's your thought on it? Because you quite clearly don't think... you think it was the right decision.
Yeah, I thought it was the right decision. I thought the player won the penalty. But I think you can win a penalty.
I think it is so soft.
Well,
I think... Do you know what it was?
Josh. If that was Jackson that went round their keeper, yeah, would you honestly sit here and go, nah, that's not a penalty? Or would you go, whatever happened, a point of that keeper's body made contact with a point of Jackson's leg, yeah, which it did. It's undeniable. He's looking for it. He wins it, but a point of the keeper's, a point of Jorgensen's body makes contact with a ball-playing point of the leg of the lap.
Would you say you've got strong legs?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Would you say that Liam Delap's legs are slightly stronger than yours?
There's a chance.
Just a small amount.
There's a small chance, yeah,
Right.
small chance.
And do you think that that contact that you're describing impacts his movement as intensively as to get a free shot on goal?
So what we're doing here is we are debating the rules, not the situation. This is the problem. We disagree on the rules, not the situation. I believe that you can win a penalty.
Is that foul play?
Well, that's what you're saying. What you're saying is you can't win a penalty. I believe.
You can win a penalty.
I believe that you can win a penalty. I believe that you can win a free kick. Yeah,
you can win a penalty.
And when they go for us, I fucking love it. Do you know what I mean? And can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Like Palmer wins penalty. Palmer has won penalties multiple times. Yeah, Cucurella wins free kicks week in, week out. We see him do it, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, to be fair, I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Can I give my perspective on it?
Go on.
So my perspective on it was that it was a brush rather than anything significant. And I feel that he went down far too late after the initial contact. We've seen it this season. Was it Caicedo that was brought down by a goalkeeper?
Can't remember.
I think there was a Chelsea player that won a penalty where the keeper did take him out and came clean through him, and we won a penalty. Cole Palmer sorts it away.
Was it against Spurs?
I can't remember who it was, but I'm almost certain it was Caicedo.
You're not thinking of Sanchez against Man United, are you?
No. I'm talking about Chelsea. It was a Chelsea player.
Okay.
And Sanchez has done it a couple of times, hasn't he? He's done it
Quite
against Bournemouth.
a similar situation. The Sanchez against Man United one to yesterday's
Done
one,
it against Bournemouth as well. But the Bournemouth one was I wasn't complaining about that.
So I didn't think the Sanchez against Man United one. I complained about that. I didn't think that was a penalty.
Yeah,
But
I don't
yesterday's
remember the
I
Man
did.
United one.
I just felt there was
remember
more
the Bournemouth
contact. I felt like
It's too delayed.
was there need for him to go over? Absolutely not.
But are you gonna as a striker?
Are you going to do that? Yeah. And if I look at if I look at the run of, if I go away from Chelsea, every Premier League game that's been played this season, there's been well over 100 games played this season, or probably more than that, or whatever, right? Yeah. Every single match, if I look at every time a player goes to the ground, not just in that situation, in any situation, I would say, if I had to guess, right, yes or no, could they have stayed on their feet? Do you know what the percentage of could they have stayed on their feet would be? 95% of the time, I think a player can stay on their feet. So the point you're making there, for me, is kind of like, I always think they can fucking stay on their feet. Do you know what I mean?
I think you're in a massive minority here.
Really?
I think if
comments
you went
let me know.
If you went on social now, the Chelsea fans were going crazy yesterday. I think it was incredibly soft. And I think a lot of rival fans thought it was soft as well.
No, but this is what I'm saying. So I think it was soft.
Yeah.
I think it was soft, but I'm not going to sit here and complain about it, because if you gave me the like-for-like situation and their goalkeeper does that to Nkunku, say, for example, I'm wanting the penalty, and I'm sitting here and I am fucking looking down that camera and going, that is a stonewall penalty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll change my stance enough to go, yeah, it's soft, but I won't be a complete snide and go, oh no, because it's them, it wasn't a penalty.
I
And if it was
reckon
us, it would be a penalty.
If he had gone to the monitor, I think it might have been a different story.
Weird he didn't go to the monitor.
Weird
he didn't go to the monitor. Was it offside for the João Felix goal? Because I didn't fucking think it was.
Did they have like a CSI team working on that? Because it was about half an hour, wasn't it?
They went on for so long, and there was a few people saying that I see online, like basically because of Ipswich's ground not being up to standards, blah, 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 whatever. Cameras. Ipswich got a good little ground.
Yeah, they've got a really good ground.
25, 30,000 seater.
Bigger than like a Bournemouth or,
Luton
last
season. I'm sure VAR got a few decisions right in Luton last season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It was a weird one. And just the angle, the TV angle that we got was weird.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
To me, like, I was looking at it, right? And I was watching the game. I was watching it with my pal. And he went to me, yeah, look, he's well off. And I went, no, you're looking at his barnet. I said, you're looking at his hair and his whatever. I said, look, there's two defenders there that are playing him on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the one closest to him, not the one in the middle, then the one furthest up, because there's 3 defenders in that line, isn't there? I thought 2 of them were playing him on.
Yeah.
I thought 2 of their feet were playing him on. Is it still a ball playing part of the body? Or is it
it's still a ball playing part. So it can't be an arm.
Can't be an arm.
It has to be like that T-shirt line that they keep showing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was offside. I thought it was a legit goal, and I think that the match then turns when we score that goal.
If it's not an offside, then I don't think it should. Like, I know you can't referee the game like this, but it shouldn't have been a penalty. Really, it should have been 0-0 at that point.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'd take that. I'd go into half time at 0-0 and say that was probably a fair result based on the run of the game.
Maybe a little bit unsurprisingly, we didn't really come out better for the second half. No. We made changes.
We didn't make any changes at half time, which I probably would have.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
So
Maresca's making them very late, isn't he?
One name and one name only that you would have dragged at half time. Should we do it on 3?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Disassi. Yeah.
I'd have dragged him at half time.
I mean, if we dragged him at half time, he would have made the fucking catastrophic error that he did, which he seems to have a ricket in most games, doesn't he? Do you remember that Leicester one last season?
Him and Sanchez,
I mean, Maresca would have seen it firsthand, wouldn't he?
Yeah, the worst back pass I've ever seen.
Can we go on to Disassi
not
for a
only
second?
does Disassi make the error, like, how easily does he let Hutchinson go past him when he scores his goal? Like,
he needs to make up for his mistake, and he's just been a joke. I do think Maresca.
I'm risking a red card. Because I've already made the mistake.
Yeah.
I'm risking a red.
Yeah.
I'm like, the ship's sinking. I'm going down with it here.
Maresca's got all the evidence that he needs now to offload Disassi, and I think they might even look at it in January potentially.
Can I ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Right. For me, Disassi is picked in that match over Malo Gusto.
And Josh.
There you go. Few reasons why he's picked over Malo Gusto, right? 1, Malo Gusto struggled in the game before. Yeah, fair enough. Some games you're going to. 2, he fancies Cucurella. I don't even want to call it inverting.
He wasn't inverting in this game. He wasn't. He was a left winger.
Yeah.
He wasn't inverting.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to call it inverting.
He wasn't inverting.
Because Cucurella has just turned into a winger, and sometimes when the game is played a little bit more centrally, he's like what we saw of the old Leicester team, the left-sided 10. Do you remember when he had 2 10s and he'd go into that space?
I also just think the turn in form has resulted in Cucurella not being in that inverted position.
Yeah. So can I say this, right? When Cucurella is all the way up there, I want 3 big, strong lads at the back.
Yep.
Now, before, we had it. We had Levi Colwell, we had Fofana, and we had a rejuvenated Benoit Badiashile, I'd say.
Yeah.
Last time I see Badiashile have a bad game was the cup defeat against Newcastle when we lost 2-0 or whatever it was.
Those 3.
Yeah. And then since then I think he's been really good. We're now missing 2 out of those 3. We're bringing Tosin in. We brought Disassi in, and we had him there over Malo Gusto, in my opinion, for physicality. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think basically what he said is he's got a 3 at the back with a Cucurella as the left winger.
Yeah.
And if you've got a 3 at the back, you need 3 centre backs.
Okay. Okay.
That's
and
what I think he
Disasi's
said.
more of a centre back.
That's what I think he said.
More of a centre back than a Malo Gusto.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, and you might need to really, really sort of
This isn't an easy
ramble
one.
through things. This is not an easy one at all. This is a really, really hard one. Can you think of anyone off the top of your head that could maybe deputise really, really well as a sort of right-sided centre-back that would, although not given the opportunities that Malo Gusto has so far at Chelsea Football Club, is very highly touted, wanted by multiple big teams around Europe, including Champions League winners like Real Madrid and whatnot. Is there anyone knocking about that comes to mind that could have been useful in that role?
Yeah, there's an obvious answer, isn't there?
No, not Reece. He's injured, mate.
He shares my name.
He shares. He can share my bed if he wants to.
Anything.
I think he's that good.
Yeah. Big Josh.
Josh Achampong.
Can I give you another answer to that question?
Yep.
Trevor Chalobah.
Obviously. Fucking hell.
No, but as in, like, come on. We signed Disasi. We offloaded Trevor. We could have just kept Trevor. Trevor would have done a better job in that game than Disasi did. How depressing is that? How depressing is that we've got this guy, he's playing for Palace, the team that we're about to play. He looks fucking brilliant for them.
Shock.
Yeah. And again,
What,
again, we've not valued.
Is Trevor Chalobah really good?
Apparently so.
I thought he was shit, mate.
No,
he must have been shit, innit? That's why Chelsea sold him. That's why Chelsea loaned him out,
You shouldn't
innit?
listen to all those people.
No, Trevor Chalobah. Why Josh and Joey going mad about not having Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah?
Would you take them back in a heartbeat now?
Would this run of form, have been as bad with the additions of Trevor Chalobah and Conor Gallagher in our squad? Because where are we weak at the minute? We're weak in midfield, not in terms of who we can start, because Enzo and Caicedo are brilliant, but we're weak in terms of there is fuck all depth there now. Lavia, he's injured. Cassidy, he ain't up to the grade, is he really? Not for this moment in time. He's a young player, he'll come good, whatever. Ugochukwu out on loan, Andre Santos out on loan, smashing it. We could have done for fucking Conor Gallagher. We could do with an Andre Santos. We could do a recalling Andre Santos back. I would rather recall him back than Ugochukwu, to be honest. But either way, again, where's the other area of weakness? It's that right centre-back position. Now, who you need in that position is a Trevor Chalobah. Do you know what I mean?
It's gutting, isn't it?
If we could recall Trevor Chalobah in January, that would be like the best thing that could ever happen to
He's
Chelsea.
above the pecking order, above Josh, but that just shows you we've got so many options here, and yet we're still playing a player that we've seen over and over and over again cannot perform that right back role. But he can't do it.
Can we just quickly speak about Josh, because I think it's like the Trevor Chalobah is. It's
never going to happen.
Pie in the sky.
It's never going to happen.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. But the option of bringing Josh Achampong in there could happen.
Just sign a new contract.
Can you give me? Because I know you're in favour of it anyway, right? But you're a clever man. You're on the defence, right, or the prosecution. Why not Josh Achampong?
Young player.
Yeah.
Hasn't played much football this season because of the contractual issues that we have unfortunately put on ourselves.
Yeah.
And
when he has played, does he look good?
Yeah, but you're asking me to go on the other way.
No, okay.
So if you want to present your case, you can do so in a formal way.
Yeah, sorry. Your Honour.
Objection.
Your Honour.
No, look. He should be playing, and I do tear my hair out because Maresca said quite a few times that he doesn't rate Disasi.
Yeah.
So why are we bothering with this experimentation now?
Bed him in, mate.
But just
give him a chance. I'm not being funny. Like Cole Palmer. Had he played that much?
He's just signed a 5-year deal as well.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do we need to do this where we get these young players? Mate, in another world, in a parallel universe, Levi Colwill would be playing for Liverpool right now. Do you know what I mean? Because he wouldn't be getting those opportunities.
Can I just say, for example, a player that I'm not going to say he's been forgotten, but his contribution to what we did last season goes massively, massively under the radar. And not because he was the best thing since sliced bread, but because he was so green, so inexperienced, and came in and consistently played like one of our more experienced players. I can't think of a bad game he had. That boy's name was Alfie Gilchrist.
Interesting.
Yeah?
Alfie Gilchrist will never play for Chelsea again.
Why? We're not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
But I get it's a different manager
Yeah.
and whatnot. But it worked last season when we needed a bit of cover there. And Alfie Gilchrist come in. Give Josh Achampong the chance,
Yeah,
mate.
100%.
I think he should be starting against Crystal Palace.
I think it will be Gusto, but I could see the argument for why it should be Josh.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, should we just talk finally? Did Maresca get it wrong yesterday? Because I think that it's very easy to go, well, yeah, you changed the whole team, blah, 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 you got it wrong, and it's very easy to do that. And I think that maybe the stance that I've given on things would lean the audience towards thinking that's how I feel, is that Maresca
Do you
got
feel
it.
that?
I'm always reluctant to do this when I see a game where we do create and we do look good at times. At the same time, it's a game that we should be winning.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? A team's not 19th in the table
Massively.
for no reason. It's a game that
18th,
we should...
aren't they?
18th, sorry. It's a game that we should... They're in the relegation zone. They're starting to pick up a little bit of form now. And they were a team that I thought upon coming up would stay up.
Do you think they will stay up now?
I think they will, yeah. I think they will, because I think they've got more goals in them than Everton. I think they've got more goals in them than Southampton. Wolves are now going to pull away. Wolves
should be fine.
Wolves were going to go down, but I look at Wolves have got a lot of quality. Not a lot of quality for like what we've got, but they've got a lot of quality for the bottom half of the table, I would say.
They're the only ones I worry about just because they're so inconsistent. I think it will be... I could see Everton pulling away. So it's going to be Ipswich or Wolves.
Yeah. But either way, what I'm saying... someone will drop in there late. Someone will drop in there late as well.
Who would it be? West Ham?
Palace, someone maybe. I don't
Palace
know.
maybe, yeah.
Could be them. Don't know. But either way... yeah, I don't want to jump the gun and go, yeah, you got everything wrong and whatever, because I'm like, I don't know, we're creating, and as much as we've not got an injury crisis like we've had for the past 4 years or whatever, we've got a significant pile up of injuries now, and you can always go, oh, you've got X £100 million worth of players on the field. Yeah, fine, brilliant, that's fine, but then take that to one side. Would we be better with Romeo Lavia? I think so. Would we be better with a fully fit and firing Reece James? I think so.
Fofana.
Would we be better with Fofana? Would we be better with Badia Shill? Would we be better with
Myself
Mudryk off the bench, for example? I think we would. So I think there's circumstances. And my main thing is, did Maresca get it wrong? If I have to give an answer to that, then I think I can go, yeah, maybe you got it wrong. But at the same time, I'm no fucking expert.
So can we just, on an individual level...
And hold on, sorry, just sorry to interrupt you, mate. Yeah. Is he due, like you know...
He's
like,
due a bad
if we're being like realistic Chelsea fans rather than running away with things, is he due and therefore you're able to go, yeah, all right, no worries, we're not going to throw the baby out the bathwater. Is he due a little... slump in form? Yeah, we've been fucking terrific, mate.
Do you remember what Jose Mourinho used to do in... I actually think Jose Mourinho used to do this in December, before January. I think he used to play some of these players that he knew weren't up to it. And I think he did it to prove a point to the directors of football, to the big boy upstairs. I think he used to say, these guys aren't good enough. And I think Maresca's made it very clear now that players like Disasi, arguably players like João Felix... arguably they're not good enough. And certainly Nkunku is the only number 9. I think Nkunku is the number 9 is actually one of the biggest learnings. I think what they're now going to see is they're going to have to sign a striker. And I don't know if it will be in January.
Do you know what goes with that as well, though? Is like, look at the ones we were linked with. Yeah. Mate, no, I'm not even on about Osimhen. I'm not even on about Osimhen. Samu, John Duran.
Yeah.
Like,
we're not getting either of those boys now.
No, we're not getting either of them now. But I'm saying, like, imagine we had got one of them.
Oh my god,
let's back up.
It would have been absolutely ridiculous.
Imagine instead of having Nkunku, we had a John Duran or a Samu.
Samu's the one I just don't get.
Chelsea,
don't understand
we're just buying unknown youngsters. We've got no eye for talent.
We're
fucking trying to get John Duran and Samu in the summer, and everyone going, they're going to pay 40 mil for either of them two.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who would you rather buy now? Would you rather buy Osimhen, Samu, Duran, or Delap? You can only have one.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut ties first.
Okay.
Yeah?
Who don't you want?
Weakest link, 50-50, straight away gone, and one will shock you. Straight away gone is Liam Delap.
Yeah.
Yeah? And straight away gone is Victor Osman.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to say that when you said that it's a shock, but I actually see it now.
Now, Liam Delap should be a shock because it's like, hold on, young English player, could
I think he's going back to City.
could become a force and whatever, and I'm not denying he will or whatever, but also could not. Do you know what I mean? Like, could not. Like, loads of players you think are going to and don't. Do you know what I mean? And, and we've had the Tam Dog. We've had Tammy Abraham. We've had other young players. We've had Bro been really excited about and whatnot. And actually, in his little spell at Southampton, he looked a similar sort of moral player to Everton. He's looking all right, but do you remember when he was on loan before the injury at Southampton? He weren't looking a million miles away from what Liam Delap's looking like
so
right
true.
now. A couple of seasons ago or last season, whenever it was, there was this whole thing about Evan Ferguson. Where's he gone? Do you know what I mean?
I think he's going to go to Man United.
Who, Evan Ferguson?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But is he any different from what? I don't know.
Yeah.
Output-wise, what I'm saying is because of that, I'd rule Liam Delap out, but that ain't me ruling him out as ending up being a world beater. He could be. Osman, just for the thing of like, mate, nah. If there's a bird I've been trying to pull you for like 4 years, it gets to the point where I go, no. Even if you turn around and put it on a plate for me now, no. I tried too hard. I'm not doing it. So then I'm down.
I love that.
Then I'm down to Samu or John Duran.
Should we say it after? Should we say it after 3? Who you'd go for?
Yeah, go on then.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Duran.
Samu.
No way.
Let me tell you why.
Really?
Let me tell you why. Let me
Really?
tell you why. Let me tell you why, right? Samu, the thing is, with him, you've got way more of a back catalogue to go on now because he starts every game for him. Do you know what I mean? John Duran don't even start, really.
Duran has been definitely edging his way towards the first team, though.
Has he been starting matches?
He has been starting a few.
Oh, has he?
Recently,
Maybe
he has been. No, but as in, I think he was suspended in the last game, so he didn't play.
Yeah, but his impact off the bench, by the way, phenomenal. Like when he's been coming on, especially at the start of the season, like he's coming on against West Ham, he kept coming on scoring winners or coming on scoring equalisers.
Did he come on against us? Did he didn't start in the game against Chelsea, did
Doesn't matter. They lost 3-0.
No, but as in, he was putting in some shots in that game. I was just fucking hell.
Yeah.
He was shooting from outside the area.
And
they were
he's got a ping on him.
Ping. Tekers.
Pinger.
He's a very technical player.
Yeah.
So you'd go Samu.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we can get him now?
What, Samu? It's going to be about 80 million or so.
Fuck off. We could have had him for about 20.
Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
I don't know if we're going to go back there after the medical issue. Weird.
Who knows? Either way, let's cap this video off with some positivity, right?
Okay.
Start of 2024. We started the year 2024, I believe 11th in the Premier League table.
I think it may have been 12th.
Was it 12th?
I think it might have been.
Okay, cool. We weren't playing great football. We all had Christmas ruined. Ironically, again, we have this year, but we all had Christmas ruined because we went away to Wolves on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
They battered us. Raheem Sterling went through on goal, wouldn't pass the ball.
What a fucking surprise.
There was a train strike, meaning everyone had to drive
to Wolverhampton.
All the way to Wolverhampton, Birmingham Ways, whatever.
Nonny Madueke's favourite town.
Yeah. Ledge. No, I'm joking. But either way, like, just shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're looking behind, shit. You're looking forward, shit. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, at the minute, we're looking behind 2024, and we're like, nice. Decent, mate. Fourth in the table right now. Yep. Yes. Fourth in the table of 2024, so not the Premier League, just the year of 2024, where 39 games have been played,
by a margin,
league games.
By the way,
we're fourth by like a margin. I think who's fifth? Newcastle.
It might be Newcastle, but I think we're about 8 points in front of them.
Yeah. So there you go, fourth in the table for 2024. Good. So in terms of like, you're looking behind, you're going, yeah, like that. Okay, we've had 9 days where it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows, but I'm not gonna fucking lose sleep over that. Like I've seen enough. The proof's in the pudding. That wasn't a lucky spell we're going through. We're going through an unlucky patch right now, and the cream will rise to the top. So I'm looking forward, and I'm going, yeah, nice. forward, the future looks bright. The past year's been good. Let's be positive.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to look forward to now. We've got a very good squad. We're going to strengthen it even more in the summer anyway. We have got really good young players that are going to get better and better rather than worse and worse. And when at the tail end of 2024, we still had some players that we needed to offload. We still had a lot of problems in the squad. We still had probably maybe too many players as well. There were a lot of issues. But do you know what? I have full faith in the manager.
Yep.
I'm really excited for
Agreed.
him. I've got full faith in the starting 11, the A team, being a really strong A team, and maybe with a couple of amends to those to really change it. And I do think the football that we're playing has been so much better.
Yep.
As a whole. So
There we go.
yeah, mate, there's a lot of positivity.
Lots of positivity. And do you know who I've got the most faith in?
Go on.
These lot.
They are the best.
They are the best, because 2024 has been a mental year for me and you, and it's a lot of it, so much of it, down to these guys, because without them tuning in, supporting us, watching us, and not only tuning in on this channel, like, mate, your channel, you was doing a live stream for the game the other day. I went on that. It was, I've seen live streams that have had probably like 10 times the amount of people in and nowhere near the amount of interaction.
Yeah.
Like my comment, I was putting a comment and within 2 seconds it was off the screen because so many people are coming in and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so interactive, and it's like we've done such a good thing here in terms of everyone wants YouTube to work from, but I think sometimes what you end up getting is you get the job you get rather than the job you want. If that makes sense. Like, say for example, we're on the pursuit of doing this joint channel thing at the moment, and really, ultimately, we'll probably end up following what performs best. So if true crime performs best, we might end up following that. If the nostalgia videos, if the different things, whatever. So you kind of get the job you want and not the job that, you know, or you get the job you get, not the job you wanted. Whereas like with us, we've got the job we wanted, and the best part of all of it is like, from time to time, there might be the odd thing here and there that like people might misunderstand us on. But for the most part, there's a lot of YouTubers that aren't understood. Yeah. Whereas we've got an audience here, you lot, the hardcore, who like just really understand us and know us. Like,
I had a bit of a, this time of year is a bit of like a reflective.
I've been
time.
very reflective. Yeah.
Like I was sat there Christmas Day, and obviously it's New Year's Eve as we record this, and I was sat there thinking sometimes, why do people, with me in particular, why do people even care? Why do people even listen? Do you know what I mean? Like, what have we got to say about the team that we love that actually people want to watch and enjoy? Because we get so many messages and so much love. Like I put my story up yesterday all about how, the result being shit. I've got 50, 100 messages of people coming in going, I agree, we need to change this. And I just, it really sort of brings it home that we have got an amazing community here. People that love us, people that want to see more from us. And this is the thing why we don't mind coming in on New Year's Eve to record the video together, because ultimately it's a chat, and also we love all the feedback from you guys. So and mate, it's been
do you know
huge.
how we got a good audience as well?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've never seen a comment, but no one comes here to laugh at us. And I'm not, this ain't me slagging off.
It could happen.
Yeah. But this ain't me slagging off like the other channels. But like a lot of the history of football YouTube has been somewhat built on rival fans coming to a channel to laugh at you and whatever. Yeah. And then like the characters will play up on that and whatever. What happens to our numbers when Chelsea lose games?
Yeah, we go completely down.
They plummet.
They go
they plummet.
Bad. Yeah.
They plummet.
Yeah.
So like to put it in a nutshell for you, we earn less money when Chelsea don't win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So realistically, we should be coming in here all doom and gloom. But it's just like, this is what I'm saying. It's all about Chelsea, but we've built something a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Because we've built something as well that now there will be a few guys that are watching this that have made it to the end who were gutted about the result and might be by 5%, but we've managed to cheer them up a little bit in today's video.
So true. And do you know what? You and I have followed Chelsea for a long time, and I used to love just going to the games, switching off. That was the moment to relax and switch your mind off. But now, having all of you guys watching as well, it has made me enjoy Chelsea even more than I did
So
before.
much more.
And I loved it before. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, look, huge thank you. This is a huge moment, and congratulations to you, mate, because 100,000 in 2024 subscribers was an unbelievable achievement, and it's a testament to the hardest working man that I have ever seen on YouTube. What you guys don't know is when, you know, I would be sat watching a nice movie, you know, with my missus and chilling out. Joey will be saying, Joey will be saying to me, oh, I'm just doing a short, I'm just uploading this, or I'm just scripting something, or I'm downloading some footage to use in one of my other videos. So fair play to you, mate. And I don't mean this, I've worked with a lot of YouTubers. You fucking work your ass off. So it's a testament to all of your hard work.
I'm a grafter. I'm a grafter. Anyway, thank you very much, mate. Listen, by the time this goes up, if you're quick in the comments, yeah, today we're in a studio all day, mate. We're recording this. We're recording a bit for Squawker. We are recording another episode for Joey and Josh. We're recording 2 episodes for Joey and Josh, by the way. And we might even do a match preview for the Crystal Palace game. But one of the ones that we're going to be doing later on is just an end-of-year Q&A for the Joey and Josh episode, where we'll speak about our ups and downs from this year, best moments, things like that, or whatever, because we've done a lot of cool shit this year. So if you want anything in there, I've put it up on my Instagram so people can write in the question box, but also feel free to put it in the comments on this one. I hope you all celebrate New Year's Eve and have a terrific little new year. We love you all very much. I will see you all in the next one.